Alright, we're checking out Vambrace Cold Soul here today. This is what I've been looking forward to for a while because it's the same development team that did The Coma, and if you guys remember, we played The Coma on the channel a couple of years back for Halloween. That was a horror game. This right here is not a horror game. This is totally a departure from The Coma. It's a very hard game to describe. It feels like there's a lot of genres put into this one game alone. I think the best thing I could do is try to give you like an idea of what it reminds me of. And obviously Dankest Dungeon is the first thing that pops up to mind. A little bit of FTL. And then the world, the atmosphere just feels like an anime version of Game of Thrones. We'll jump into it here for a bit. If you guys enjoy, want to see a bit more, let me know. And I will show off what I can show off. But then, once I hit that point where it's like, you can't show any more Falcon, then unfortunately we might have to wait until after the release. But let's get to it. Starting right off, Private Biggs. If you expect the wedge to show up pretty soon, you would be correct. Alright, this is the place I told you guys about. Oh, there he is right there. Looks like the spooks got here first. Was it really worth leaving our regular path to come out of the way here? We're not patrolling today. Besides, if we don't find more supplies soon, we'll all be in trouble. Have you a better suggestion? I'm not the one that will have to tell Celeste we came back empty-handed. Shut your pie holes. Who knows what's lurking out there? Just look around and see if you can find anything useful. Alright, so this will be the tutorial portion of the game. I wanted to skip this, but I believe this is like maybe the only bit of combat we might be seeing in this video, because afterwards there's going to be a lot of story introductions, so we'll have to do a little bit of reading and stuff like that to kind of introduce. There's like a lot of lore to the game, so we'll do the tutorial, but we'll skip a lot of it. I'll just give you like the Cliff Notes version over here. So right off the bat, Dankest Dungeon, absolutely. We got some characters, different classes and stuff like that. A door. Is it locked? Open it already and keep your guard up. But here we have our icon to the next area. I guess we could bring up the map now, right? Yeah, let's cancel out of that. And then eventually, once you get started into the real game, you'll have branching paths, and we're not seeing it right now, but the more you stay in a dungeon, the more difficult it becomes. So yeah, it's got that Dankest Dungeon twang there as well. We cannot go up there right now at the moment. I found something. Looks like a chest of some sort. Well, what are you waiting for? Okay, here goes. Forgot how to open it. What? Oh, mother, help me. It's a miracle I've survived this long in a company of fools. Just press and hold the button. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay, so this will tell us how to interact with items that we see. Some of them will proc like special interactions. Again, like Dankest Dungeon. You'll probably hear me say that a lot this video. Like Dankest Dungeon, but it is what it is. Let's pop this bad boy open. We have found junk. Scrap metal, rope and thread. We have a carrying capacity over here as well. If you go over that, you incur a burden penalty, which makes you less feasible in combat, I suppose, right? But all the items we're picking up here, we can take them back to our base and craft items and stuff like that with them. So there's a crafting mechanic as well. The chests here are different from the ones back in Adina. Forget the chests. You can check your inventory as indicated. Yeah, okay. Stop breaking the freaking fort wall here, alright? It's freezing out here. You think the spooks are getting close? Did you forget to bring the Geistometer again? No use going back to where we came if they are. Yeah, so your HP drops to 0, you die. Your Vigor drops to 0, you die as well. And this will be Flourish, which is like our special attack in combat. So for now, let's continue. We have Triggered a Trap. Trapped. So yeah, we got trapped over here. We lost some HP. Hand tremors. Another trap. Best to have someone with high awareness stat in your team to avoid them. Alright, first bit of combat. So, I guess I'll let the game cover what the enemies are once we get into the story portion here. So we have hostile wires. If you've played Dankest Dungeon, you kind of know how this works out. We have our lanes over here. You can only hit the first target, sometimes the back ones, etc. based on the type of attack. So we'll go ahead and just shoot them off to the first person over here. Let's see. Blocked it. How quaint. And a ninja star? For some reason, ninja star just seems so out of place with this. I don't know how they're dressed. A ninja star? Whatever. Alright, so you are just gonna go ahead. Apparently, I think X might be like a heal of some kind. We have like a paladin type of class. But we're gonna go ahead and just bash this dude up front, whose face barely has been bashed continuously. Look at that. That's a mug only a mama could love right there. Alright, what you got over here? Have a special attack, we get procced. You know, let's give it a try. This would kill the first guy if it hits and do some damage to do to number 2, right? Let's give it a try. Hey, nice, alright. Brought down the first guy and enough to kill the back side too. That running animation is so good. He just seems so freaking wild, you know? Like he's just coming at you with that hat. You better fear for your life a little bit there. We could also move back and forth in combat, so if I wanted to move her up fronts to do her special attack, we could do that. So it's got the entire tactics-based combat as well. Let's toss this ninja star though. I told you guys I had a bad feeling about this place. You're the one that insisted we come out here to begin with. By all means, continue quarreling amongst yourselves if you want to be ice pops. We have the spoils we came for and it's colder than a witch's tit out here. I, for one, am ready to return. Hold up, guys. I see a body. Looks like a girl. Who is it? She's not from Deliark. I don't recognize her. No other scavenging teams came up today either. Well, we can't help her now. Search the body. Seriously? You search her. Wait, she's still breathing. We should help her. Who knows how long she's been out here. You want to bring her back? Are you mad? You have no clue who she is. She could be with the green flame for all we know. She doesn't look like one of them. We can't risk compromising Deliark's location. Celeste will have our heads. And what if she knows how to cast that strange magic? We don't have to worry about that. She's unconscious. Captain Lanville shall decide her fate. Looks like it's your lucky day, girl.
I once read a man would have to go below the waves to understand the true scale of an iceberg. Reminds me of you, dear father. I confess I never really knew you. After all, how does one get the measure of a man when there's so much beneath the surface? Nevertheless, I owe my survival of Zumurud's blistering deserts and the wild forests of Sylvia to your training. When I was summoned home to Edina, in order to read your last will and testament, I didn't know what to expect. I suppose it comes as no surprise you remained a mystery even in death. I now find myself beckoned to the dwarven realm of Dockheim by the encrypted journal and ancient relic you left behind, on an expedition to the cursed city of Icenaire for answers you never provided. I shall not be daunted. My determination is equal to the task at hand. If, as you say, this Vambrace is the key to entering that forbidden city, I will find what I seek. My journey has been difficult. Since the Vambrace entered my possession, I have been plagued by unsettling dreams of a ghostly blade cutting me down.
Ah, my head. Glad you could join us, Sleeping Beauty. Who are you? Let's make this clear. I'm the one asking questions here. You can start with your name. My name's Lyric. Evelia Lyric. I'm Lanville Esquire. You're lucky we found you. A moment later and you'd be another piece of frozen decor grazing the streets. I must have fainted. I've never felt a chill like that before. We are, unfortunately, well acquainted with it here. Celeste had half of mine to leave you up there. Good for you. She's not calling the shots and I was feeling generous. Up there. So we're underground. Hey, looks like I've got a shop one on my hands. I took the liberty of searching your stuff. A bunch of climbing gear and a strange book nobody can read. Explain. I came seeking answers about my father, the late Dr. Niccolo Lyric. I traveled here from Medina with his journal. Right. Everyone knows nobody goes in and nobody ever comes out of Icenaire. Icenaire? You mean I'm here? I actually made it inside the city? Suppose for a moment I entertain your absurd story. How the hell did you get past the Frostfell? That barrier around the city? I walked through it. Enough of this nonsense. You think I haven't seen what happens when someone touches it? Instant death. The only freaks wandering the surface are either spooks, mad survivors, or the green flame. You're not dead, and as far as I can tell, you're still sane. So let's cut to the chase. What's your connection to the green flame? I don't know them. Green what? Green flame. The arcanic code hell-bent on destroying the Guardian Alliance. Ring any bells, or have you been living under a rock? They're the ones responsible for this frozen curse? I can assure you I'm not with them. I just got here. You're serious, aren't you? Well, I imagine my surprise to learn some Edeni decided to take a leisure stroll on the surface. Listen, I have a matter of great urgency. I'm looking for an individual named Zakard. Do you know of him? There's nothing left for us to discuss right now. But I'm feeling gracious today, so tell you what. I'm giving you tentative permission to move about Daliark, until I figure out what to do with you, that is. Daliark? Oh, that's the name of our lovely abode deep below Icenaire. Welcome to paradise. You're just letting me go? There's nowhere to run, so you'd best make yourself at home. In fact, take this. You need some if you want to survive down here. What's this? We call it Hellion. It's the only currency worth anything down here. Consider it a little welcome gift. I've never seen paper money. Try anything funny and you're dead. In a cell, or right back on the surface where we found you. Are we clear? Crystal. We can interact with characters. We can look around for codec pieces of paper that'll give us a bunch of lore about the game. Honestly, this is a very ambitious project, so hopefully it does well, because, man, they put a lot into this when it does seem. The captain's finished with you, eh? That was fast. Please wait while I process your paperwork. Alright, so we get to move around here a little bit. How to keep your body warm. Make a fire, stand in front of the fire, and be warm. Oh, really? Imagine that. Keep your distance from her, or you're bound to lose a limb. That's Isabel Salazar, the woman knows black magic. Consider yourself warned. I can't place her, but for some reason she looks so familiar. The frost wind howls around you. Your presence here will bring much anguish. I don't understand. Your paperwork is done. Scram before we change our mind. Alright. Ominous words, of course. She is a witch after all. Alright, so here's the world map that I talked about. We have different locations to check out. Obviously we should be heading off to the yellow one to kind of continue our main journey. But let's stop off over here, a little bit of a side thing for us to do. There's going to be a lot of this stuff to do as well. Wow, are these... I've heard stories about these machines, but I've never seen one up so close. And this is where eventually... I'm going to skip all this here, but I'll just give you the rundown. Well, eventually, with the items that we found in common that I talked about, you could bring them over here, and you could craft armors, weapons, items to carry, trinkets, etc., etc. So, this is where you'll be doing that. Medicinal items, camp items, and all that jazz. So, this is where you're crafting all those items that you find. Will be useful. Alright, let's continue the story here meanwhile, because I'm already running short on time, and as I mentioned, that's why I wanted to do the tutorial, because I wanted to show off some of the combat. Right now, there's going to just be a lot more of the story being kind of explained to us here. Introducing all the characters. Halt! You're not permitted to be roaming around here. Calm yourself, good sir. This is my dear friend. Do you not recognize her? Another girl, eh? Yeah, you tricky bastard. I still need to check her papers, though. No need to bother. I can personally vouch for her. After all, a friend of mine is a friend of the Nord Venture Company. Alright, go on. Who is this smooth talker? What gorgeous eyes the lady has. Maram, relic hunting extraordinaire at your service. Sorry, but isn't that just a fancy way to say you're a thief of antiquities? You offend my sensibilities with such barbed words. I'm merely a humble adventurer who got stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time. Thanks for defending me at the market gate. My name's Lyric. Why did you help me anyway? Have a quick ear, milady. Life here can be difficult for an outlander unfamiliar with all the strange ways. Forgive me. You must be famished. Allow me to take you to the market. It's one offer I won't refuse. Come then, follow me. So yeah, these will be, I guess, the feline-ish people. You can't have that. You can't have an anime-inspired game without that, you know. Hello, Yeso. This is Lyric, my dear friend since today. She's gawking at me. Yeso, huh? It's a pretty name. How can I help you two today? Do you have anything to eat? I can pay in gold. We don't use gold here, milady. Don't you have any Hellion? Hellion? The Foxier traditionally burnt it as an offering to our ancestors. It's now the currency of choice for spooks. You mean this, right? Lanville gave me some. Great. Shall we make a deal? Alrighty, and this will introduce us obviously to the market. I'm gonna pick this one up, just because I know I'll probably be using it at some point, assuming we get out of here at any point. Stop right there. Lady Celeste, what brings you to our quiet corner of Deliark? What are you doing out of your prison? Mayhaps there is a misunder... Shut your mouth, Maoram. Guards, arrest her. What? I mean, we could have easily just talked about this and avoided this entire weird situation now, couldn't we? Honestly, didn't think you were gonna make it when we dumped you in that cell. Celeste, right? Lanville mentioned your team found me. Save the pleasantries. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. Regardless, you have my thanks. You received no charity from us. My team found you on the street. Thought you might be a green flame agent we could interrogate. Good intel is hard to come by nowadays. I understand everyone's suspicion, but I already told Lanville I have no connection to them. Am I to just believe you waltz into Icenaire? Ridiculous. The frostfell surrounding the city kills anything that touches it. We have Visible to thank for that wretched gift that keeps giving. I just saw her in the prison. What did she have to do with all this? You can stop playing coy. I'm not buying your act, lady. If what Lanville said is true, I'm the first person to enter the city in a year. Nobody outside has the slightest clue of what's happening here. Want to know what really happened? We were the fools that got caught in the middle of a civil war. Between who? Tensions between the dwarves and the drifters is as old as the city itself. We never imagined Icenaire would devolve into total chaos. The Green Flame had been here stoking tensions for months, if not years. When the time came, they seized the moment and orchestrated a decisive coup. In whose name? The King of Shades. He cursed this place and keeps an iron grip on it, but I'm sure that's no surprise to you. After all, you show up now? That's convenient. Maybe Lanville believes your little sob story, but you're not fooling me. You've got the wrong idea about me. I came here in good faith. Too bad. You're marching right back to that prison cell and you're gonna learn to get real cozy with that witch friend of yours.
I really doubt that's gonna be happening.
Ma'am, we have a problem. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? There's a mad raid in Deliark. What? How's that possible? It's at the Ascending Room. Please come. Just my luck. Don't think this changes anything. You're coming with me. Could the rumors about the mad raids of Icenaire be true? And that right there is one of our spooks. Everybody stand back. That's no ordinary spook. It's gone mad. That's my mad spook. Sound effect. Watch out! Celeste, what's going on here? Captain, it appears some spooks hitched a ride at Deliark in the Ascending Room. Who was on duty? We lost 2 souls here. There's no witness as to how they got in, sir. We arrived a moment too late. Lyric stopped it. Is that so? I guess your theory that she was with the Green Flame didn't age well. What do you say now? Sir, we shouldn't jump to any conclusions. Nonsense! Get these men to the Salvini Healing Hall and be discreet about it. We don't need to cause an unnecessary panic. And post some guards in the surface. Lyric, meet me in the war room at the Guardian's barracks. There's someone who would like to word with you. Alright. So we are, honestly, approaching the end of the video already, but that's what I meant about I wanted to show you the door early on to show the combat, because there's still a little bit more to do when it comes to, like, a story. Let's, I guess go ahead and see if we can get this conversation here done, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
I don't know how it happened, sir, but we're making every effort. Lyric, glad you could join us. I'd like to introduce you to our esteemed leader, Zacard Ventru.
Zacard? I sat in a search for you months ago. I can hardly believe you're standing here now. Oh, please excuse me. Apologies for interrupting. I'm just pleased to make your acquaintance, sir. Please call me Zacard. The captain just informed me of your unusual arrival. I have a lot of questions, but they'll have to wait.
Yes, I'm sorry to cut this introduction short, but we have an ongoing situation. Isabel Salazar escaped her cell and left Deliark. She murdered our guards and allowed a mad raid into Deliark, putting many lives at risk.
But I just saw her, briefly, while having my paperwork done. She even spoke to me as I was leaving.
What? She hasn't spoken in a year.
Do you remember what she said? I didn't pay much heed to her at the time. Who is she?
That witch is one of the Shade's King Prime Lieutenants. If she gets away, she will compromise Deliark's location. If that happens, nothing will save us.
Then forgive me for asking, but why aren't you pursuing her right now?
We tried. We were unable to follow her through the frost fence, though. She used her magic to bypass it.
Frost fence? They're smaller barriers conjured from the same magic as the Frostfell. The green flame uses them to limit our access to certain sectors of Icenaire. They too are deadly to the touch. But that wouldn't be an issue for you, would it, Lyric?
Sir? It's true. I walked through the Frostfell. I could do so through the power of this Vambrace, but you already knew that, didn't you?
How did you come into the possession of this artifact?
My late father left it to me. His final letter bid me to seek you out in this cursed place. This Vambrace, he said, was the key to coming here. It allowed me to bypass the Frostfell harmlessly.
But your father happened to be the esteemed Dr. Nicolau Lyric.
One and the same. How could you possibly know that?
He's a renowned scholar, and his research in the Archons is unsurpassed. I'm well versed in his works. Now, before me stands a woman bearing his namesake and carrying a relic of archonic design. Even I can connect the dots.
You recognize this thing?
It's called the Ether Brace. A powerful relic indeed. I'm not sure Lyric realizes the value of what she possesses.
If all you say is true, then she should give it to us. We could use it to turn the tide against the King of Shades.
It's not that simple. I can't remove it. I've tried everything short of cutting my arm off. Lyric, you seek answers and I'm willing to help you, but our priority now is finding Isabel. Would you be willing to lead a party past the frost fence to find her?
This isn't my first tracking mission. I'll help, but when I come back we need to talk.
You need a place to prepare before deploying. Take the scroll of consent and tell Helga at the Lost Lady Inn I sent you. She'll make sure you have the space.
My scouts informed me Isabel was moving north towards the entertainment district. We will send some guardians with you to the surface to help, of course. If you're looking for cell sorts, you might have some luck at the recruitment board. In the meantime, I'll make sure the ascending room is set for your next destination. Leave it to me. Alright, but we're finally ready to actually go out, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more before the release on the 28th, let me know in the comments. If you're leaving a thumbs up, you can definitely do so. At this point, I can tell you we just basically come back, recruit 3 people to take with us, and we actually hit our first legit dungeon. That's the tutorial. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments and leaving a thumbs up. Otherwise, all the information for this will be down below. Very, very ambitious project. I'll catch you guys next time.